Hello, how is everyone doing today? My name is Otto and welcome to the channel. Today, I have an interesting video for you. It is a comparison between the DJI OM4 and the Zhiyun Smooth XS. Before anyone gets upset about this video, let me just say that this is not a video to choose a winner. It's not about which one is the best. They are different kind of gimbals, but the idea here is that you know what you're getting for your money and that you can choose one or the other depending on your needs and what you're looking for. If you already have one of these gimbals, make sure to check out my tutorial videos on the two of them. So the first thing to mention is the price. The Smooth XS is going to be $75 and the OM4 is going to be $150. The Smooth XS is on the cheaper side, while the OM4 is probably one of the most expensive smartphone gimbals out there. The main difference that will set them apart is that the XS is a 2-axis gimbal and the OM4 is a 3-axis gimbal. Both gimbals have a motor for panning and rolling, but the OM4 is also able to tilt, and that is something that the XS cannot do. Let's compare the size and the weight. The OM4 weighs 420 grams with a magnetic clamp, and the Smooth XS weighs 250 grams. They are both pretty small, but obviously the Zhiyun is going to be smaller than the OM4, and they both can easily fit on my pocket. OM4 will support phones up to around 290 grams, and the payload with the Smooth XS is going to be around 235 grams. The handle on the OM4 is more ergonomic. It is very easy to access the controls with my thumb over here, and the joystick feels very responsive. If I push it just a little bit, the phone is just gonna turn around slowly, and if I push it all the way, it's just gonna go faster. The handle on the XS is way smaller, and it just feels kind of tiny on my hands. Access to the controls are a little bit more difficult, and if I wanted to access the controls, I would probably need to use it like this, and then it would be easy for my thumb to get on the controls, but I would need to use the tripod as an extension over here. The joystick doesn't feel smooth. It doesn't have any kind of sensitivity, and it feels more like clicking on a PC mouse than anything else. And it makes this sound that it just feels like pushing any other button. The Smooth XS has a traditional clamp, and you need to balance the phone before you turn the gimbal on. The OM4 has this magnetic clamp that you need to place on the phone, and setting up the OM4 is definitely faster and easier to do. Battery life for the Smooth XS is going to be around 5 hours, and for the OM4 is going to be 15 hours. Besides having that many hours of battery life, this one can actually act as a power bank, meaning that you can charge other devices with this gimbal, and you can't do that with this one. To charge the gimbals, they both use a USB-C cable. Let's talk about this. The Smooth XS extends into this selfie stick, and I found this to be useful to get higher shots, group shots, and it made it easier to frame myself on a picture or a video. The OM4 doesn't have this kind of feature, and if you want to replicate that, you would need to use something like a monopod. Both gimbals can be used in underslung mode, but the XS with the selfie stick is gonna make this easier to use than the OM4. Both gimbals come with a small tripod. They are both made out of plastic, but the quality is not quite the same. The one for the OM4 feels a little bit more premium, and this other one feels a little bit more plasticky. Now the main question is, how stable are these two gimbals? Like I said before, the XS is a 2-axis gimbal, and that for me was very limiting for the things that I like to do. Because it doesn't have a tilt motor, walking with this is not going to give you good results consistently. You really need to embrace the ninja walk in order to get a few good shots. And don't even think about running with this. The results are really painful to watch. Now let's see that same test with the OM4 with the same smartphone. I think that the XS is going to be able to capture nice clips where you don't need someone to walk too much. You can still get many good clips out of this gimbal like the ones that you're watching. With that being said, both gimbals can make time lapses, motion lapses, hyperlapses. They can do panorama shots, but the XS can only do the 180-degree ones, and the OM4 can not only do the 180 degrees, but it can do 3x3 panorama shots and their new Clone Me panel shot. The two gimbals have tracking mode and they do a great job at tracking the subject. I did a few tests and they stayed on me all the time. And something that I did notice on the Smooth XS is that on the Cami app, I cannot lock the exposure. And that's kind of like annoying for me. I didn't have that problem with the OM4 and I used the same phone on both gimbals, which is the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. So, which one is better for you? The choice is yours, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's all for today. I hope you all have an amazing day and I'll see you in the next one.